Joel comes to the amusement park extremely early on a Monday morning, just before the sun comes up. Of course, Joel likes the light. We've seen before that he feels like he belongs to the day. So when he picks a ride in the early morning, he wants to choose a ride that looks closest to the rising sun. To help him with this task, he uses a piece of fruit that he found in the plaza. This fruit's colors look a lot like the colors of the rising sun. As Joel stands next to the park binoculars, he compares the different parts of the sky with the fruit that he's holding, insisting, "I want to go where the dawn is," or "I want to go donde the dawn is." The word donde means where as a conjunction. You'll notice that this is similar to a word in the marketplace, but there it had an accent mark. Instead of asking questions, this word, donde, is used to join phrases together, just like other conjunctions that we've learned. So what we're going to do is we'll leave this little slice of donde melon that Joel is holding next to the binoculars, along with the pero, pear, and the porque, pig. There's another new item here at the conjunction paths. Joel realizes that he's spent a lot of money at this amusement park in the last week. He's a wealthy bee, but it seems that his wealth is being partly redistributed to the people who own these different rides. As he sits at the path intersection pondering this, he starts placing yen bills on the different branches of the path based on how many times he's gone to each ride in the last week. So he's trying to determine who's gotten the most money from him. When he sees the most money piling up on the path that goes to the por water slide, Joel concludes, the water slide owner is the person who has the most yen. To rephrase this question, he says, the water slide owner is the person quien has the most yen. So the word quien is a lot like the word que. In fact, in Joel's sentence, the water slide owner is the person quien has the most yen. We could have just used que instead, the person que has the most yen. But sometimes when Joel is referring to a person, he chooses quien instead. Note that this word is spelled and pronounced like the word quien from the swamp, but this one doesn't have an accent mark. So this version without the accent is used to connect phrases in a statement, just like the word donde and other conjunctions. Here are some examples. It's a house where a woman is living. That would be, es una casa donde una woman está living. It's a story where a man is worried. That would be, es una story donde un hombre está worried. It's a boy who has a dog. Es un boy quien tiene un dog. Or how about, it's about a woman who goes home. It's about una woman quien va a casa. Now let's go to the rides themselves. Joel concludes that he wants to ride the Ferris wheel, but he makes a mistake and accidentally follows the path to the carousel instead. Now that he's walked all the way to the carousel, he doesn't want to go all the way back up the path, so he tries to take a shortcut from one ride to the other. But he realizes that there's a good reason for those paths. The ground in the amusement park is treacherously rough and deceptive. Joel is hungry, and since he doesn't have the energy to fly, he's forced to crawl along this horribly unreliable ground on his hands and feet. When he finally reaches the Ferris wheel, he asks the operator how much time has passed. He says, I started crawling here on Monday morning. The ride operator replies, it's Friday afternoon now. Wow, Joel has been crawling for days, since Monday. How grueling. To say, I have been crawling since Monday, Joel uses a preposition with the stressed syllable days. I have been crawling desde Monday. The ride operator is surprised. Where did you crawl here from? He asks. I crawled desde the carousel hasta the Ferris wheel. The literal meaning of the word desde is since, but it doesn't just refer to time. It's used when you're traveling from or since one point to or until another point, whether it's in time or in space. So as you can see, desde is related to hasta, but it's the opposite. Let's compare two examples. I crawled from Monday to Friday. That would be, I crawled desde Monday hasta Friday. Or how about, I crawled from the carousel to the Ferris wheel. Spanish speakers would say literally, I crawled since the carousel until the Ferris wheel, or I crawled desde the carousel hasta the Ferris wheel. For English speakers, this takes some getting used to. Note that in this second example, the word de could also be used, but native speakers would more likely use desde in situations that go along with hasta. For this reason, we're officially storing the word desde at the Ferris wheel near hasta. Here's an example. From morning to night. Literally, from the morning to the night, or desde la morning hasta la night.
Desde la mañana hasta la noche.
How about, we went from this house to that place. Fuimos desde esta casa hasta ese place. There's also a strange idiom that involves the preposition desde. The phrase desde ya most properly means something like in advance. For example, thanks in advance might be desde ya, muchas gracias. However, it's actually used in a very wide variety of ways by native speakers. It's often used to mean something like, of course, or by all means. Obviously, none of these meanings translates well into English. Here's an idiomatic sentence example. Sure, of course, I think the same. That would be, claro, desde ya, yo think the same.